coverage of the 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament. Live from the Gold Coast Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas. The 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament, brought to you by Storm and the SPI family of products. By the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino, home of the April 2024 Senior Team Classic. By Kegel, built for bowling. By Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser for the Storm Youth Championships. And by Lane Talk, the app that connects bowlers and bowling centers. Now, live from the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, it's live stream coverage of the 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament.
Good morning from Las Vegas. We are here. My name is Blair Blumenscheid, and we are here live from the Gold Coast, where we're going to show you some of the bowlers who have made it to Sunday morning. The finals are here. We have record numbers at this true amateur tournament. 210 bowlers are here from Mexico. We have bowlers from Norway. We have bowlers from, I believe, Scotland. And of course, we have a lot of bowlers who are also from the United States. They either flew, they drove, they're here, and they qualified for Sunday. You are watching the first round of action. There were so many bowlers that they did have to split up the start times for all the bowlers this morning. So this is the 189 and under division that has kicked off in Squad 1. Next up, we will have the 215 and under. And finally, the senior, the 36 and above, and the 36, the under 36 division will bowl. So the 189 and under division is the largest division, and they are all on the floor right now. You see them. Now the goal, of course, is to be the highest bowler on your pair, because then you know you are moving on. But for most of the pairs, 3 bowlers will move on and 2 will be eliminated. And we will cover as much of the day as we possibly can. Looks like I lost my other camera. Let me. We have Norm Duke is in the building, and he will be showcasing some of the bowlers later today. So we encourage you to sit back and enjoy the coverage. If you know a bowler competing, you may get to see them. All right, so we do have 2 cameras in play today. We'll be able to show you lanes 41 and 42. And of course, 39 and 40. This division does have handicap. So the bowler scores, and it looks like they may have, I don't know if they've put the handicap in or not. Doesn't look like they have. So just so you know the scores, when you look, the handicap is not put in. So the bowler that may look like they're moving on may not actually be the bowler that is moving on. Storm is proud to be a sponsor of the Great Tree Amateur Tournaments. We have bowlers of all skill levels here competing this week. It's a great, fun event for everyone. All right, so I am showing both pairs. This is game 1 of the event. They just got started at 10 a.m. Pacific here in Las Vegas. There was a question, are any of the bowlers using plastic bowling balls as their strike ball? I don't, the conditions are very tough, but I do believe most bowlers are using reactive resin. They are part of bowling, the Tree Amateur Tournament, you're eligible to purchase a brand new Storm bowling ball. The bowling balls this week were the Virtual Energy Blackout came with the entry, and the Summit was the Storm Challenge ball. So those bowlers, anyone that bowls the TAT is eligible to purchase those bowling balls and add those to their arsenal. If you are an amateur bowler, I would encourage you to look into the details of the Tree Amateur Tournament. The next one will be in July. It's a great event. These bowlers are bowling on a tough condition this week. Several have commented that this is one of the hardest conditions that they've bowled on at the TAT. This is the fresh condition. As the day will go on, it'll get more and more burned. Huh? Yeah, no. All right, bowlers, we have a special guest for you. In the booth now is Mr. Norm Duke. Norm,
Hello, Blair.
welcome.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me. Let's see. Can you
But
hear
I
me
can
now?
hear all of you out there watching.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple of pairs that we are watching: 39 and 40 and 41 and 42. And you've been meeting some more people this morning, right?
Oh, man, I tell you what, this is 3 days. There's so many bowlers here. It's crazy. If you like bowling, this is right where you should be. This is the 189 and under?
189 and under division, yes. Yeah, it is. And then the next bowlers that are taking the floor, I believe, are the 215 and under. So 189 and under. Bowlers have a lot of handicaps. So, of course, as I mentioned to the viewers at home, even though the one bowler may look like they're the ones moving on, it may be someone actually different.
Right, because of the handicap.
Yes.
And that's the coolest thing about the TAT. I mean, you have every single style, every average, every age, a lot of different countries. It's just, it's awesome.
Absolutely. This bowler on lane 40 has a little bit of height on you, Norm. Just a little.
Yeah.
I had to actually move the camera up because of him. I was like, oh, this is not high enough for this bowler. Of course, I jinxed him. He left a nasty split out there, as I said.
I took a picture with him a day ago, and I felt like an underarm deodorant. Felt like a roll-on. I told him he had muscles in his poop, too.
Right?
Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
He's got some muscles.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, that was a good try at using the Summit, one of the tournament balls.
I tell you, I see the looks on the faces, and it just brings me back to my days when I was competing. Every face that I see, I've actually, I've had myself. The good ones, the bad ones, the in-between, the tears, all of it.
I like my guy on lane 38. That was a good shot.
That was a good shot.
Come on.
5 in front of the 7. That's not fair. Come on.
Give him his hit. Now, of course, the condition that they're bowling on is quite hard, but it looks like on lane 41, one of the bowlers found a successful line there, 217.
Yeah, 217
That's
with
a great
189 under average. That's good.
Right?
We're just going to assume that there was no Brooklyns and no head-ons. They
Nope.
were all perfect strikes.
They were fantastic.
Yeah. But he came back, too, because it was a strike open out of the gate.
Yeah. See, never give up.
And all of the people behind us, and by the way, this place is standing room only.
Yeah.
It took me 20 minutes to get from lane 70 to lane 40. And they're all watching, trying to figure out where to play. And that is why their averages are over 189.
Yes.
Is they kind of know that it is very important to watch what happens on the pair before you get there. If there's any anomaly, if there's not an anomaly, Blair, then you just move on, right? But if there's something that you see, like a really sandblasted ball or maybe a pair with 4 left-handers, that matters because there's not as much traction on the right side.
Right.
They are back there watching all of this. And some of them, of course, are family members. You know, they got a stake in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have family watching at home, too. A lot of bowlers are from Mexico, so a lot of their family are watching. So we appreciate everyone that's tuning in this Sunday morning. Even if there's no one talking, we will try to be live all day today. So you'll get to see all the bowlers that make it to this area. Of course, we chose this area because this is where the internet is.
I'll tell you what, internet's pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
Oh, we just made that spare right
nice.
there. Nice going. So if you're 129 in the 8th and you're shooting the 3-7 as a left-hander, yeah, you need something good to happen on your side, right? He just made that happen.
That was fantastic.
Attaboy, Juan.
Now, of course, there will be a break, I believe, after, well, not very long break, because as you mentioned, everyone is in this building.
They're all here.
And not even the building. Everyone is in the bowling center. So I don't know how much time it will take to get the next group up. on the pair, but we will be able to cover that action. I have no idea what these bowlers' handicaps are, so I'm going to say they're all bowling great.
Well, I'm going to say that they're our big guy here on lane 39. He's shooting a 410 split.
Yeah.
He just shot the 3-7 split. In the 6th frame, he missed a single pin. I don't think that he's in the lead right now. But
No,
you never
but
know.
all the scores are really tight. So depending on what handicap is in play, I mean, handicap's going to make the difference on this
Oh, it
pair.
certainly is.
Because everyone's kind of in that same 110, 130 in the 8th kind of area. Well, 1-0, actually. There's a few of those. So now what I do need to verify is, and maybe you can ask the gentleman right to your left of you, how many are coming off of the pair. I think they're taking 3, but I'm not sure.
Let me ask.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's not
not
the
3.
same on every pair. If there
Okay.
are 5 players on a pair, they will take 2.
Okay.
3 will be eliminated. If there is 6 players on a pair, 3 will make it,
Oh,
and
so, okay.
3 also will
So
be eliminated.
only 2 will make it off this
2
pair.
out of the 5.
Holy cow.
Yeah, all of the pairs that we see in front of us have 5. I'm looking down. I only see 1 pair so far with 6 people on it. And that is way down there. So most of the pairs, only 2 of the 5 will advance. Keep in mind that handicap is going to make all of that difference, surely.
100%.
I mean, if you look at the 8th frame right here on lane 39, if I do the math, it says the 8th frame is 109, the next player 102, and the next player 101. Handicap's going to make all that difference.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a nice shot there.
Really great.
Come on, hook up in there. Oh. All right, she got 9 out of it at least.
She's playing exactly where I would be trying to play if I was bowling.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think so. Right between 2nd and 3rd arrow on the fresh.
That's exactly what I would be trying to do.
Well, our bowler there, she was she was in the 10th, and she was shooting the Greek church there on lane 38. She made 4 out of the 5 of them. Almost made that Greek church.
Man.
If she misses by 1 or 2 pins after that split a conversion try, then bless her heart. All right, good spare there.
Really good spare. Yeah, I would say all of, maybe the B bowler has the advantage. Like, he might be qualified depending on what the other bowlers' handicaps are, because you could have someone with a lot of handicaps, right?
That's true.
But I would go out on a limb and say, okay, our B bowler is out in the lead by quite a bit.
Yes,
but
19
after that,
pins over than 2nd place. But there are handicaps. We don't know.
Yeah.
As soon as we say that, he gets 7 big split.
Yep.
At least that was in the 11th. He's not going to lose anything but count.
After that, though, like you said before, they're all kind of neck and neck. Oh, dear, that's a little far right. Okay, so she will finish with a 133 scratch. Again, we don't know the handicap.
Yeah, there's sheets down there, but we're not going down there.
No, sometimes they put that. For the finals, they will put the handicap in, like grand finals later today. So we will know then.
Right, but there's just too many people on the floor right now, of course.
And they're trying to make the day go quick for everyone.
Yeah.
Not too quick, because no one wants to go home early.
No.
Everyone wants to stay to bowl for $30,000. I would.
Yes.
I mean, again, now $30,000 for an amateur bowler, plus the chance of the progressive if they ate their hot dog for lunch, like we told them to.
That's a lot of money.
This is a big chunk of money. This is a money that you could take and either pay off some debt or put a down payment on a home. Like, this is just This
You
is
could
some
buy hot dogs for the next 20 years just so that you would have money for the progressive
exactly.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You will always have money for the progressive. If you win the 30,000 without the progressive,
right.
you're at least covered.
And here's that when we say life changing, maybe it's not you can get to go home and quit your job, but it
No.
does change your life, even if it's putting a bigger smile on your face or
Right.
letting you go down and try to double it up on maybe black on
Yeah.
the roulette table or something. I don't know, but
I would parlay some money. I would.
would you parlay?
Well, I wouldn't parlay much. I'm not a big gambler. Well, okay. I am a conscious gambler, I would feel like.
Okay, do you do
Yeah.
the lottery?
We don't have the lottery in Utah.
Well, so you don't do the lottery. If
So-
you had a lottery in Utah, would you be on the lottery, Blair?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I know the whole if you don't play or if you never play, you can't win
You
or
can't win.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
You
I
can't
don't-
win. It's period. It's just like done.
Yeah.
You can't win. Done.
Yeah.
There's no if. It's just you can't. Can
Did you see
imagine?
the movie though about the guy that tricked the lottery?
Yeah, he won it like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, in Massachusetts or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one. But
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah. Anyway, are you a lottery guy?
No, no. My wife and I will buy probably $10 worth of tickets when the Powerball gets up to about
Yeah.
330 million, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Everyone's-
Which everyone says that's your lowest chance to win.
That is.
Yeah.
It is. Absolutely, because you have. Well,
Yeah.
you're not going to win anyway. So
Anyway, but if I did win today at the TAT with my 30,000, I would go downstairs and have a little fun.
you just put 500 down on one play, or would you do $5
no.
a whack?
I would probably do $5 a
Okay.
whack. Yeah. I don't
I'm-
think I'd blow it all
Oh,
in
I'm
one.
the 5. Yeah, I'm the 500. I just say, all right, if we're gonna try to double this up, I don't want to sit here for 4 hours and do it. That's too much like work.
That's funny. Someone is asking, and we're gonna have a short break when this bowler on lane 40 completes his 10th frame. But someone's asking, what do you mean progressive? So the bowlers, every time they entered, they had the opportunity to, I think it's either $5 or $10, pay the progressive, pay to be
Right.
in the progressive.
And if you don't pay to enter, you're not included.
Correct.
And there's only one person that gets to shoot for the progressive money, and that is the victor. So when you put your $5 up, you're basically betting that you're going to win the tournament. And if you do so, you will get to throw a series of shots for what started out to be $83,000, what is soon to be over $100,000. Life-changing money, yes.
I would give it a go.
So Blair and I, have determined that you need to take one day and
Yeah.
buy the hot dogs downstairs for $1.50.
Yes.
Put the $5 or $10 on the progressive just in case you win.
Yes.
Because if you want to talk nerves, if you're shooting for $83,000, yeah, you're nervous. I guarantee you're nervous.
100%. All right, Norm, we will be right back. You'll be back a little later.
I'm coming in and out. I'm going to go and speak with the bowling townspeople for a while.
Yeah, oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of townspeople back here, so I'm going to go and take some pictures and say hello to those that are getting ready to go on the floor.
Yeah, and we're going to pause the feed, and we will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back with a little bit more bowling action for you. This group is the 215 and under division bowling. John Richard wants to know what's going on with the stream. We were taking a break because basically there was no one bowling. So now you see some bowlers bowling. Of course, we have 39 and 40, and then 41 and 42 are the main pairs that you'll get to watch today. If there are 5 bowlers on a pair, 2 will advance. If there are 6, 3 will advance to the next round. Of course, lots of people in the chat are rooting on Mr. Doyle. Doyle made it to the finals of the Storm Challenge earlier this week. Great shot right there. So these bowlers are bowling on what is left over from the TAT pattern designed by the one and only Kegel. Good shot. Little in of the target, I think, but still a pretty good shot. For anyone who is asking why we picked these pair of lanes, this bowling center has a direct hardwire internet for us right on 39 and 40 and 41 and 42. That is how we chose these pair to show today. Unfortunately, we can't show every lane. If you could see the inside of the bowling center, you would understand why, because it is very, very packed in here. So we are just trying to give you a little coverage to start the morning, show you some bowlers. This was a record-breaking TAT for entries. More people than ever. Nice spare coverage there. The transition has been tricky all week for the bowlers. All right, Richard, I see your question. What lanes are we showing? Well, we got 41 and 42 and 39 and 40, and then a couple of the lanes next to them. Those are the pairs currently that we are showing for the day. It's a packed house in here. Of course, we've had record numbers. There were 4 different start times this morning. I'm sorry, 3 different start times. So at 10 a.m., the 189 and under took the floor. At 10:45, bowlers in the 215 and under division. And then squad 3, which is up next, it will be the senior, the 36 and above and under 36 divisions. And then after the completion of those, all of the bowlers will take the floor. What's happening, Norm?
We're back.
Norm is back.
We're back.
How are the people? How are your bowling
The
townspeople?
bowling townspeople are fabulous. It took me about 35 minutes to get a cup of coffee. But
I mean, I think there's 200 people right behind our
just
booth.
right behind the booth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that is true. I'm not, you don't quote me, anyone, but it's pretty.
It is definitely standing room only. If you have bowling balls and you're carrying through the bowling center right now, it is a task because there's no room to roll them.
It was a task. I went back to check on the ballroom in the back, and it was a task to get back there and up here.
Yes.
That took me about 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and the least popular spot is actually the cash room right now where they're giving out money.
Oh.
Well, they're giving out money. They're supposed to be happy, but they all got eliminated. So
Yeah, I understand. So Doyle, our friend Doyle here, he has a huge following in the fans in the chat over here.
Okay.
Doyle's from Maryland. He also made it to the finals of the Storm Challenge earlier this week. That one ball
Yeah.
challenge. He did not win, but he bowled well.
But he bowled well, and he's got a suspect start here with 2 early opens. Nope, that's not him. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's arrows up there, but I can't see which direction they're pointing.
I understand. Yeah. Oh no, Doyle is off to a hot start. He's the spare 5-bagger.
5-bagger.
That's Doyle.
All right. So Doyle, no wonder he made the thing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he wishes he could have had one of those strikes because, the best ball challenge, when you get down to the finals, the top bowlers have to bowl 5 strikes in a row on a different lane.
Oh, really?
Well, and then you have to get at least 3 to make it on to get the 5,000.
Okay.
None of the bowlers got 3 strikes. So then it went to a 1-ball roll-off.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was crazy.
That sounds crazy. For 5,000, you get a 1-ball roll-off. Okay.
Yeah. Scotty would like to know if you will ever bowl again.
Yes, Scotty. I am going to be on television March the 16th as part of, I will be one of the 4, what they call legends. Walter Ray and Parker and Pete Weber and I will be teamed with 4 current bowling stars and 4 up-and-comers. So collegiate, some high school. And we'll be bowling 3-man teams. So I will bowl 3 balls. And if I win, I'll bowl 3 more balls.
So maximum 6 balls?
Maximum 6 balls, unless they put me as anchor.
Oh,
and then I'd have to bowl 4 and then 4 as 8 shots. But truth be known, I didn't have any equipment. I didn't have a drill press, so I called Storm, said put some holes in some balls and send them. Found a pair of shoes on the PBA truck 2 weeks ago when I was out for the league, and I said, yeah, what the heck, let's go. So yeah, I'll be on television during that little thing in about 3 weeks, 4.
So, do you know what balls Storm sent you?
Yeah, they sent me the brand spanking new DNA something. I don't remember what.
DNA coil?
Yeah,
Okay.
DNA coil. And they said, don't throw this before the 20th. So I said, no problem. I won't be back before then. And then I got the Roto Grip. It's a little lime green. I forgot the name of it.
Is it the Duo? Clone?
Clone. Got that one.
Okay.
And one other that was said absolute
Power.
Absolute power.
That
Got
one's pretty good.
Yeah, well,
That
they're all
one's not
pretty
bad.
good. Believe me, there's a condition that all of them are dynamite.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, there was a trip 4 into the 9. Now, my boy needed some help there. He's got 3 opens and no doubles through 6 frames. Almost left the 4-9, but he got it out, got the strike. Well, he's probably going to have to strike out just to, I don't even know if that's going to be enough.
I don't know if this division, man. I feel bad because I normally know what's going on. I don't know if this division has handicap. I don't.
Well, I've heard it was a scratch division.
Okay.
But then I also am watching some disparity.
Because this is the 215 and under division. Well, our guy Doyle, if he continues striking, we'll ask him.
We'll ask him.
He'll know. Doyle will know.
I'm not going down there and asking him. Be like going down there and asking Pete Weber. Hey, Pete, what's the format?
Good point. Good point. Norm's like, nope, I'm out.
I'm out. I love Pete.
We got another question for you. Can you talk about the Duke Trophy?
Yes, one of my favorite topics. The commissioner called me and wanted to name the trophy after me, and they did a bronze statuette of my final shot against Wes Malott just prior to Bolin Belmo in Indianapolis for my 39th title. And I tell you what, I get to see that trophy. They even give smaller versions of that bronze trophy to everybody who bowls a perfect game.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about fortunate. I mean, yeah, I cried.
I love it.
So if you win the Duke Trophy, then just know that means so much to me.
I love it. That's awesome. Duke, you're awesome. I want a Duke Trophy. It's really cool, too. It's your little, stance that you do.
Yeah, I kneeled down, and I got a little fist pump, and I didn't win on that shot, but I made Wes double, and he didn't. So I may as well have won the – because if he doubles, I don't win that event, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that was good enough to then go and bowl against Belmonte. And when you get to say that you bowled Belmonte in a championship match, Belmo and Earl, Walter, Pete, guys like that, I mean, you don't forget those matches.
No. Those are legends you're naming off there.
Yeah, I put most of them in the Hall of Fame single-handedly. That's what it feels like anyway.
Reggie says he can't wait
Doyle.
to bowl this event in 2025. Reggie, we can't wait to see you.
Reggie will be here. So
Absolutely.
come by and say hello. You'll be part of the townspeople.
Nice little spare there on 41 by the bowler.
Yeah, and this Doyle, he had a little 7-bagger, looked like. No, 6-bagger, and he left a 6-10 and missed them both. When you're practice those spares too.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Well, I tell you, everything is being represented too. You've got people throwing urethane. People are throwing reactive resin, asymmetrical balls with 500 grit sandpaper, and then you have really shiny balls going down there like the IQ Tour Ruby and Shiny, and they're going around them and really revving it up. There's a lot of ways to play it, but the commonality is they're tough.
Absolutely. All right. So Steven, our friend yesterday, whose birthday is today, I don't know where Steven's is. He's somewhere in this building.
Yes,
Steven
he
is. He made it through
He did
to the
make it
next
through.
round.
Well, you know what? That's a good birthday present right there.
Grand finals are still in play.
Well, our young lady here on lane 40 got the ball a little bit to the right, but she elbowed it, so it skidded out, and now she has got to spare 8. She's got 8 pins standing.
And she's like, what did I do to deserve this?
You just don't shoot the spare every day, right?
Yeah, right?
Oh, nice shot right there by Doyle.
It's a tough pattern. And, you mentioned that all the different bowling balls are different throughout the center, but all the different pairs are different because they didn't re-oil after. Oh, did she? I thought she was going to go right through it again. She almost went right through
She almost did it again.
because she missed it a little right again.
Hey, if you get 2, then you want to go right back through it, right? You just want to show people you can do it.
I would.
Yeah.
I would at that point.
Especially if you're out,
So the first round was on fresh.
Right.
189 and under. People were playing.
They're playing
all
everywhere.
over.
They're playing
right?
everywhere.
So now the bowlers are coming in and playing on what's left over.
Right.
So every pair is a mystery.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah, that little pattern that you saw at the beginning of the day, just crumple it up. It's
Crumple
gone.
it up. It's gone. It was gone after practice in the 189 and under.
Yeah. Now, of course, they will re-oil the pattern before the finals.
But not until then,
Ooh,
right?
Little messenger. I don't think so.
But not until then. I don't believe they do.
Nope. Let me pull up my handy dandy schedule. Yeah, no oil until the grand finals. But the next round is senior, 36 and above, and 36 and under.
Okay, and I do see from 47 to 70, they're blank pairs right now. So they were probably oiled, and they will be either fresh or single burn for the next squad, depending on if they had any play on them in
True.
round 1. Yeah.
That's a very valid point, too. Yeah.
So what's the adjustment, do you think, after you get 2 on your first shot?
My friend, she's just not comfortable. Here's what I would do. If I were her, I would know that I'm missing right and you can't miss right. And for me, I'd move right.
You'd move
and
into
try
it.
to point
Move
a little
into
more.
it,
Yeah, because I know that I'm missing and hope I don't tug it the other way.
Well, she missed right again.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, there's just not much help out there. And we're used to, most of the players out here are used to house shots where the outside of second arrow is going to hook right off your hand.
Right. You can't throw it in the gutter on
And
most house shots.
This is 30 mils of oil, dressed 41 feet long. And then 30 mils is a lot, right?
Absolutely.
And if you miss to the right, there's nobody playing there.
Nope.
So it's just fresh.
Oh.
Oh, that was a big solid 8, right?
Yep.
Okay, he was on a 4-bagger with an open afterward. He just strung a double, so he's on 220. That put him at 230 if he got that strike. So that was a really big shot, Stone 8.
Yeah,
That's why I stopped bowling.
Right there.
That right there. Yeah.
That moment.
Yeah.
Our friend got a spare. I really,
Yes,
she is not throwing the ball that, it's not that much miss she's missing by. But when you get in your head, you know, right? Like it's
if you miss
hard.
right and you miss hit it, well, it's like you threw it out the window.
Right.
And if you miss left and over hit it, it's like you tugged it into no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So listen, when lanes are hard, every little bitty mistake you make is exaggerated. It's amplified. And typically the results are amplified.
Yeah, see, there's a little bit miss right. There's just
he
nothing out
probably
there.
hit where he's looking. He just
Right.
elbowed it a little bit.
Yep.
And if you turn that ball early and you get it going to the right, it'll scoot out on you because there's no dry help there to bounce your ball back. And he's looking at the 2-4-10 split.
You know what all these bowlers are going? They're like, why weren't we on the fresh? Except Doyle. Doyle here's like,
He's
I'm
loving
good.
it.
I'm good with this. I'll keep bowling. Hold on.
Yeah, Doyle's in there just he's taking the pocket and the Brooklyn. He doesn't care. Give me either one. Yeah, not his best game there. 133.
Yeah. He's
that
not happy.
Won't be making it. No. And you see a whole lot of 130 games, Blair. More 130 games than you see 230 games.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, especially this round, like all the bowlers. Now, here's the other thing. These bowlers are coming in on a burnt pattern, whatever is left over, and this is their first game. They just, either
Right.
woke up or they've been waiting, hanging out, coming off the street.
Yeah, some of them bowled multi squads, and so they get up this morning, they're a little sore.
I would be.
Yeah, and their thumbs are hurting, and by the way, there's 83,000 in the progressive at stake, and
Yeah,
there's a lot of reasons we don't play our best at
one
10
game.
10 a.m. in the morning.
But that's why this is a very friendly format for an amateur bowler too, right? Because anything can happen. And
right.
You come in off the street one game, anything could happen. Now, Norm, I don't think you'd like that very much when you're bowling.
I don't like anything can happen much, no.
But for an amateur, like for me, I'm like, yeah, I like that. Anything could happen. I could be Norm Duke in a game.
Exactly.
If you give me a U.S. Open, I'm not beating you. No chance.
Well,
I got
maybe
nothing.
not, because I'd be bowling for like 6 days in a row.
That's what I mean.
I'd be pretty sharp.
Right? Like that's why this format is so friendly for amateurs, right?
Yes.
It's not a US Open pattern. It's not a US Open format, multiple games, multiple patterns. Like you just have to figure out one pattern.
And one pair. You
One
don't have
pair.
to, you don't have to move pairs.
Yeah. So if you're an amateur, this is your tournament.
Yeah, don't be afraid, because we're telling you how hard it is. Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Just come and embrace the dadgum thing. But I'll tell you this, if you work on your spare game and you hit that lead pin every time, you're going to do quite well.
Yes.
Because we just saw a guy get a 6-bagger, and then 2 out of the next 3 frames, he got 0 shooting the 8 count.
Yes.
One of them was a 3-9, one of them was a 6-10. Missed both of them both times. So when you say anything can happen, that game looked like 240,
Easy.
250 plus,
Yeah.
and now it's, what is it, 220?
220.
Flat.
Yeah, 220 on the nose. And I am really now going out on a limb and saying there's handicap involved here because I see some clapping, especially on the pair next to us, 41 and 42. This D bowler.
D bowler got a strike, and he was at 141 in the ninth. His best score is 171, and they're clapping.
Yeah, that's
That would indicate that there's handicap going on.
that's my
But
my thinking.
No, wait a minute. There's a 160. No, he's only got to beat everybody on his pair. Look at their scores.
Oh
You got
yeah.
145, 150, 164. Those are both
Yeah.
stagnant numbers. This
He
person
needs
is.
this one. Oh yeah, I think he needed that one. I think
Yeah,
he
he could
needed
have
all
bowled
of them.
171, and that would have put him in second place on the pair. Now it looks like 164 second. Now, if there's no handicap.
Right. My friend, I want to go chat with this girl after because it's not you. She just got in her head this miswrite. That 2 count really threw her.
Yeah.
The pins did not like her, but she is not bowling the game she's bowling.
I know, and I just took a picture with the lady, and she's so adorable and
Right.
nice, and now she's. I'm glad I took the picture before she bowled this game.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you watch this back, it's not you. All right. Let's go back to 41 and 42.
Okay, here we go. 41 and 42. We have stagnant numbers at 174, 164. That is your 2 high. We got 1 player left, and that player is at a 190 pace. Or 200 pace, sorry, at 61. 200 pace, so it looks like that 174 is going to make it. And even with an open, if this is scratch.
It's not. Someone told me, or someone's in the chat saying this is handicap.
Okay, then we have no idea what's going on.
We are like, you know how we just said we're going to crumple up the lane pattern?
Yeah.
We're going to crumple up everything
Just
we just
crumble
said.
it all up. If y'all have a mute button,
just mute us.
Just mute us.
That being said, we are going to take a short break after this.
We're going to
because
mute ourselves, are we?
we're going to turn off the stream. I'm going to go talk to Ed so I can get some of my facts
You gotta
down
get
for
your
the next
facts
round. Because I'm like, I need to know. And we're going to go.
Well, that is 201 for our e-bowler there, and I would imagine that that's going to make it because under the 174, the next best is 164.
Yep. And then
And-
there's 161 and 145.
Yeah, and
so
that would
yeah.
mean that they would have to get at least 37 pins of handicap. Of course, over and above Ricardo's.
I love if you're bowling the TAT and you're watching the stream. 'Cause like Ty, he said, "Woohoo, made it through the first round." I love that they're coming to report. Keep doing this. If you make it through, tell us.
Yeah, because maybe you can correct some of our errors.
Really. No, I'm gonna go have a little chat with Ed. We're gonna go sit down and talk through some of the facts, and then we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
All right. We're going to have so much more info for you.
All right, we are back. What happened to my camera? My camera got hit. It's crooked, but it'll work. We're back.
We're back and with a crooked camera, and that's great.
You know, we got all of it
Not
going
everything
off.
is straight here in Vegas.
It's a little sideways.
Yeah, so right in front of us, we have 39, 40, 41, and 42. All of the players on these two pairs are seniors, 50 plus.
Yes.
Not seniors to the government. I think that's what, 62 now.
No kidding.
But, yeah, they're seniors. There is
Seniors.
handicap, by the way. But
Yes.
here's what we learned. Nobody is getting more than 30 pins.
Yes. In this division.
Right, on these two pairs.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, on the high side, we mentioned last set that lanes 47 to lane 70 were blacked. They were held off for what is now the 36 and under, you said?
36 and under, yes.
36
I believe
and
that's
under, and
down
that's-
at that end.
Still probably handicapped down there.
No, they are scratch.
Are they?
36 and under is scratch, and 36 and over is scratch. So
Okay.
the only divisions that get any handicap, we learned. We did some homework on our break, you guys, while we were away. 189 and under, 215 and under, and senior divisions. Those are the only divisions in this tournament that get handicap. And you enter the division when you enter the tournament.
Okay.
So there are 6 qualifying divisions. And you are automatically in a scratch age division if your average is over 215.
Okay.
So 215, you are designated 35 and under or 36 and above. And then for the handicap divisions, there is the 215 and under division, the 189 and under, and the 50 and over senior division. There you go.
Yeah, and we're just, they're just trying to make this as fair as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nice
Because-
shot right there on lane 39, or excuse me, 41. And man, if I was somebody watching from the back and I saw that ball go down there, I'd go, yeah, that's not a bad spot to be. Yeah, you got 50 and older here on these two pairs, so you're going to get to see the classic styles,
Absolutely.
Not many two-handers that are the over 50, right?
Nope. Not
There
many.
there are, no doubt about it. But
Walter Ray.
Walter Ray,
Yeah.
he would be in the 215 and over division, I'm sure of it.
Chris Martin here. Nice little shot. Our friend Lance, we met him this week. You know what? He is a big helper in the Northeast area. He helps the reps up there with matchmakers. And he's not on staff or anything. He just loves helping and getting people fitted for that program that SPI does where you can go and try one of the new balls before you buy it.
Right, the matchmaker.
Yeah.
I do quite a number of those matchmakers throughout the year. And it's so very valuable because you get to test the bowling balls before you buy them.
Oh, John is correcting me. There is a caveat to the scratch age division, which I'm reading what the flyer says, John. It literally says scratch age division if over 215 average. But he's telling me that if you're a really good senior who would otherwise be in a scratch division over 215, you can actually opt in to bowl in the senior division, which is true.
Okay.
So you could...
So you're bowling that division, but you're not getting handicap? You're just spotting everybody else pin.
Right. You're
Okay.
just choosing to bowl in the senior division
Hey,
because
thanks for setting us straight there because there's a lot of divisions and it gets confusing.
It does, yeah. And the last few years when we're here, Matt McNeil is our fact guy.
Oh, man.
He knows all the facts of the ins and outs of the TAT. So
Yeah.
he'll be the one commenting. So I'm learning all of those
Right.
little intricacies of all the divisions this year.
I talked to Matt McNeil 2 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I'll tell you what I called, and because Matt knows his memory is the very best bowling memory of all time. He knows who made every show and every telecast for 50 years. It is ridiculous what he knows. He'll even say, "Oh, remember that 4-pin you left against such and such, such and such in 1991?"
Yeah.
And he knows all of it. His memory is so cool. So I was looking for something to ship to a youngster the other day that had asked for an autograph, something, to be signed. And I pull out something that was sent to me in the rears, which was the 3 score sheets of the tournament that I had set all the records. So I had the 6-game record, I had the 18-game record, the 24 with and without bonus spins. And they only sent me the 3 qualifying tickets, right?
Yeah.
And that 24 games was a record. And so I called Matt. I said, "Matt, I'm not going to do anything with these. And this just sounds like it's up your alley. So I'm going to send these score sheets to you."
I bet he was excited.
Well, he didn't act like he was very excited at the time, but he never does.
No.
So I think that, he's secretly excited. But I thought, who'd better to go to than him? Because, I'm not going to keep the stuff. My son doesn't want the stuff. So he's going to get those actual score sheets.
That's awesome.
And by the way, Dave Wadka texted me yesterday and said, "Norm, did you know that our 6-game record," I share that record now with Wadka. A couple of years later, he tied that 6-game record. He called me, he said, "Norm, we're still in. The guy had us."
Yeah.
And he was talking about Benji. I think Benji Martinez.
Benji. Yeah,
Yes, he had us beat. And I think he lost 3 pins in the 10th frame to miss that record by 3 pins.
It was close this week. You're right.
Yeah. So that is
Benji's a
the
good
score
kid,
sheet
too.
that Matt gets.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
It's a
if you
piece of
want to
history.
know, if you want to know the record, it was 435 over for 6.
Crazy.
Good luck.
Nice little spare by Marcus there. Marcus is another friend of ours. He watches the Morning Bowl almost every day, so we appreciate Marcus.
Oh, yeah, that's why he knows everything.
He does. All right, we're going to take a little look at 41 and 42 over here. Actually, someone who is in the chat, Penny, said she was the bowler on lane 41E. She's so nervous. Penny, don't be nervous.
I know Penny. Oh, that's left of target right there.
It is.
But the friendly Brooklyn.
Lance says, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, Lance is nervous, and here's why. Because right before they started, I said, "Lance, you're going to be on Extra Frame today." Or, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Bull TV today.
Nope, we're on Storm.
Oh, what is
Storm
that?
live stream.
Storm live stream. Okay. There's so many of them.
I know, right?
Hot dog. All right, we're on Storm live stream today.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about your butt. That's what
And
I
he's
told
like,
him.
he's like, "What?"
And he got nervous.
Norm out here making the bowlers more nervous.
Oh, yeah, that's my job.
I like this gentleman's shirt, Valenzuela. Valenzuela on 940.
Yeah. Oh, he's got him a little elbow tilt right there too. I like that. That's an Amleto kind of thing where you bend that elbow on the way down. Maybe Tack It nowadays does that.
He does, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We see it again. A guy leaves a 10-pin. He's clean through 3. If he makes a 10-pin and he misses it in the gutter, you gotta prep yourself for the spares. You just have to do it. Doesn't mean you're gonna make them all.
Nope.
But you're gonna make a lot more of them.
So the one thing that we talk about, because bowlers that are watching the stream, they might not know. They're like, "What is this TAT thing? I don't understand," right? So the TAT, the True Amateur Tournaments, happens twice a year. The Nationals do. We have one in February, which is normally around Super Bowl, except apparently the Super Bowl is bigger than the TAT. I don't know. I don't get it. They say they are. I don't really know looking behind us because it's pretty crowded. But they kicked us out this year and said, "We're coming to Vegas too." So we're a little later than the Super Bowl. But I think it is going back to Super Bowl weekend next year.
Mhm.
I heard Jamie, that's his goal. And then the summer TAT is always near the 4th of July. And he does that kind of because if you have some holiday time in the summer
Right.
around the 4th of July, it's a little warm in Las Vegas, I will warn you.
Oh my goodness.
But it's fun, and that one's sponsored by Rotogrip. And the coolest thing about the TAT beyond just the fact that it's a bunch of amateur bowlers that are coming out and having a good time and bowling and making it to the finals on Sunday. And there's tons of ways and tons of opportunities to make it. So many qualifying rounds. Just you can get in, but there's so many different ways to make money too, right? So before the finals, which is today, there was the Scratch Challenge, which happened earlier in the week, the Storm Challenge, the Senior Challenge, the what else do we got? We have 250 daily leader bonuses. We have just tons of ways to win a little bit of money
Yeah.
on your way to the finals.
Like something in the neighborhood of 700,000, maybe a little more.
Yeah, absolutely.
That may not count the progressive, which is
Nope.
huge.
It hasn't.
Nice shot right there. He thought he was going to triple four there on 41, but no. All right, Lance, that's left to target again. He's just going to play Brooklyn. That's what he's going to do.
I would. Line it up.
Yep. All right, Carlos. Let's see what he's got. Nice little, but he's going to be high on that one too. So for y'all that are watching, one thing that you need to know, and a lot of you bowl league, so you know this already, but the more people you get on a pair, the more often you've got to adjust. So sometimes people say, oh, I'm locked in here. No such thing as being locked in when there's 5 people on a pair. You have to make adjustments. Sometimes it's every other ball. Sometimes it's every shot. Just depends on the surfaces that you're bowling with and who you're bowling with, whether they're using. All of that matters, right? But don't just get locked in and then say to yourself, oh, it's me, it's me, it's me. And it's probably not you. Keep up with the move. You say, well, what do pros do? How many do y'all move? And we talked about this yesterday. Sometimes it's only a quarter or half a board per shot. Most of the time, it's more than that nowadays.
Absolutely.
Nowadays, it's a board, a frame, easily that, and sometimes 2 boards. Now, that's when you have a full 5 or 6 people on a pair or more. As soon as you get to only 2 people on a pair, let's say the finals today or something, oh, now you can park out, right? Maybe move a half a board every 3rd shot. So how many people's on your pair matters more than people give it credit.
That's a great point. And we're still in
Wow, did you see that on lane 42? Oh, we need a
instant
slow replay on that. All right, so Penny just threw a shot on 42. Went high flush for a strike. All the pins are down, and a pin came back out, spun around, and stood up right between the 6 and the 9.
Look, Penny's trying to figure out what happened. She's
Penny
like,
goes,
what?
no. She says, I knocked them all over. And I've done this before, where you knock them all over, they all go to the pit area, and you think, oh, that's a strike, and something comes out of the pit or falls down from the top and then stands up, and no, that is 9 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's costly.
And Penny is now has to wait to shoot her spare. Bummer. That is a bummer.
Yeah, and this is something you can't practice. You know, you don't practice your 6-9 single pin.
Right? 6-9. It's a 6 and a
Bless her
3/4.
heart. That was such a good shot, too.
Yeah.
Okay, Lance, you're Brooklyn again, bro.
He's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He's playing it.
So if he pulls this up and does the replay later on, he's going to then know that it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, that's why he's our
He's
friend.
shaking his head. He doesn't need us to tell him. He knows. He's
Well,
like, yeah, I know.
Chris Martin on the left lane here on 39. Looked good about halfway down the lane, but nope, looking sharply. I just don't believe any of these pairs right now are the 2 pairs. I don't think the players realize that they are hooking more than
they think
they
it.
bowled their practice shots, right? And they got lined up, and they said, this is a good spot. And then already the lane has changed a little bit.
Yes.
And they think it's them. They really do. They think, I'm tugging it.
Nope. It's the lane. Take a little move. Take some advice from Norm Duke. I would take Norm Duke's advice.
Yeah. Move out of town, right? What a great shot.
Man.
Little 7-10 there.
Jeez. No break.
That lane 42 is just yielding nothing right now. Oh, and by the way, I'm looking. They gave her a strike for it.
They did?
They gave Penny a strike. Or, no, they didn't.
No,
they
9
didn't.
spare.
9
No,
spare.
yeah,
Okay, I see
yeah.
that. I'm thinking,
I was like,
whoa.
wait a minute. No way.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Nice shot
I
by
can't see very well. So.
It's okay. It's also, anyone that's ever been in a bowling center knows that scoring monitors are not always easy to see. Like, the people at home are like, I can't see those scoring monitors.
No, and we're way back here as well.
Right.
We're behind the camera, so.
Yeah. Penny's back up. Do you think that the pins will be nice after they did what they did to her?
I think they owe her.
Oh,
Okay. Every bowler in the history of mankind has gone through this too, where you just don't seem to be able to get pins to fall right.
nope.
But if she were to throw her A shot right now and make this spare, that is what is a momentum turn.
Let's go, Penny.
You gotta get this momentum turned your way. Come on, Penny.
Here we go. Oh, that's close. Oh, don't hook. Oh, man.
All right.
All right, Penny. It's all right. She's shaking her head. She'll be back. That's a little in from. Yeah, you're right. So our friend Marcus here, he thinks it's him.
Yes.
It's not you.
I mean, you can watch his follow through. It may have been a board left, but his follow through was fine.
Yeah.
If you're lined up right, you miss a board, you're supposed to hit the pocket. Or you're not lined up right.
Right.
I don't care how hard they are. A board is not very much. And I think he missed about a board. Maybe it just hooked before his eyes picked it up. But nah, he needs to move left.
So the bowlers behind 43 and 44 are watching us, and they say that, Norm, you have to go to lanes 43 and 44 where their cousin, Alan Hayes, is bowling, and tell him Mike said, bring home the money, cuz.
Mike, bring home the money, cuz. Yeah, we can see him from here.
Yeah.
He's just one pair to the right of the ones that we've got. I can see Alan right there.
Yeah, there he is. You said it.
Yeah, he's got my hairdo. He's bald, by the way. Completely. Shaved.
Oh, man. I feel for our friend here on 41. Cool Flying S jersey, but he's just not having a good go of it. He's pulled a lot of tats. He's awesome.
Well, you're talking about a poor go of it. It's lane 41 right now. He's got open, 7 spare, open.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he's going to make it out of this cut, he's going to need at least a 5-bagger or 6. He needs to strike out. Let's see if we can get the first one.
Come on. You see what I mean? Like,
That
he's
lane
just,
41 and 2 is just not giving anything away.
Man. All right. Scotty would like to know, A, do you still use storm bowling balls?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And then B, what is your favorite weak entry level storm bowling ball? Now, we know you haven't really been bowling.
Yeah, it's been over a year since I've thrown a bowling ball.
But did you have a favorite kind of weaker
Doggone right.
ball?
Yes.
What was it?
Okay, before it was discontinued, that Crux Prime was, oh my God, I loved it. And it wasn't necessarily really weak. It was right in the middle. But man, and now I throw 16 pounds, okay? So a lot of the tour players didn't enjoy it as much as me because they throw 15 pounds and the differential was more. So they got a little bit haywire out of it. I didn't because I threw 16 pounds and it was one of my favorite. Also, of course, the IQ. I mean, anytime you get left of second arrow, that ball's in play, it seemed like.
Did you like the high road?
Very much so.
Okay, yeah.
Well, everybody does. That's why it's the longest produced ball in certainly our line.
Absolutely.
There may be, I don't know, Blue Hammer may be produced longer, but I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, it's a teenager. It celebrated its quinceañera this year, and next year it's going to get its driver's license, the high road is.
Really?
16 years old next year.
That is incredible.
It's amazing.
A bowling ball doesn't make it that far unless it's absolutely a Walter Ray type of, ball where it strikes no matter what you do with it.
Our pal
Oh,
Mel.
Carlos, did you raise your hand? Did you have your hand raised?
Oh, I did. It was up.
Okay. Carlos, that cost you a fortune.
Mel, our pal from the NYPD bowling team out there in New York. He
Thank
wants
you.
to know when you're coming back to Long Island.
Back to Long Island. Well, I have a. I don't. It's not Syracuse, New York, but I'm flying into Syracuse, and I'm doing an event with Sean Rash here in about, let's say, a month.
Oh, there you go. That's close.
So I'll be in New York, but I don't have anything scheduled right now for Long Island. So let's make it happen.
Mel's awesome. He was actually here. I got to meet him. He's the NYPD bowling team is so fun. You can follow them on social media, and they're doing all kinds of cool stuff. They're running fundraisers. They're bowling tournaments. They're bowling leagues. They're getting more people bowling, and we just thank them for their service.
Thank
too.
you for keeping us safe. Absolutely.
That's a tough job out there.
Oh my gosh. You know, every day I would wake up, I think if I were them, and I would say, you know, Lord Jesus, keep me safe and let me help keep others safe, because it could go bad at any moment, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
And
in
he's
our
the
job,
smiliest guy too. I'm sorry to interrupt, but he's always smiling. I'm like, oh my goodness. I cannot complain about a bad day. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out. I give up.
yeah, we have bad days, and, you know, we're going to live.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the service of all of our military personnel, and certainly the police departments all over the country.
100%. All right, Marcus. Our friend Marcus just bowled on lane 40.
Yeah, he went
We need
Brooklyn,
to
left a 9-pin.
Telepathically move left, Marcus.
Yeah, he's doing okay because
Yeah.
he's clean with the double. But the double, you know, we got a Brooklyn in there, I think. So if you ask me, what's the ratio, Norm, of people that miss right and people that miss left? I'm talking about not their shot, but the result, like right there.
Right.
Lance just missed right, of course. By far, head on is more common than missing right. By far.
Yeah.
So that tells me that people aren't moving inside quick enough. They're not moving as they're bowling. They're trying to get lined up and stay there. That is what we're trying to give you, is that these bowling balls pick up so much of that oil when you roll them, that there's just not as much oil on the lane after you throw a ball.
Right. And all week long we've noted that as the pattern
Nice. Very nice.
goes
Lance.
on throughout the day, the OB to the right gets more and more.
Worse.
Right? It's
Yes.
just brutal. So
Yeah,
that's
even
kind of
if-
what we're seeing.
Yeah, even if you move your feet in and your target, that's
Yeah.
still better than not moving your feet.
100%.
And then some people say, well, Norm, I'll just throw it a little harder. Yeah, as soon as you do that, you don't get the carry because you don't give the ball time to move in. Oh, very nice shot. Penny there on lane 41.
It's a good shot.
You know, the only thing that she has been getting going for her is the others on that pair have, experienced the same kind of thing, where they throw good shots and leave a 7-10.
100%.
Or they throw a good shot and leave a 4-pin or a 9-pin or an 8-pin. Nobody on lane 42 has done any good since we've been sitting in these seats.
No, that pair looks really challenging.
They should make that the TV pair.
You know what
for-
they did? They did. That is the TV pair.
No. So that's the pair that Anthony Simonson had to strike and to beat me for the Masters, and he actually did it?
Oh, I don't know. Later today, that's going to be our TV pair.
Okay,
So
well, not our TV pair then.
if this is the challenging pair, which it might just be a challenging pair, good luck later today, you guys.
You may not want.
Have fun.
Yeah, you're right. My last shot for score was in this building, and Anthony Simonson
I love
won the
that.
Masters, and he had to strike in the 10th to do so. And if he had been on lane 41 and 42, I would have an eagle. Because you can't strike on 42.
No,
Maybe Anthony can,
I don't know.
but maybe not. Oh, nice shot there at that 10-pin.
You know, that was a really great show too, and I everyone was rooting on you to win. Poor Simo. He had no shot of anyone
Well,
rooting on
we were
him.
here in Vegas, and he lives in Vegas, so he had
All
all
right,
his
all right.
friends here. But yeah, I enjoyed so much. You know, from the fans. The fans gave me more than I could have ever given them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're a fan of bowling, I want to thank you for y'all took me there the whole time.
And,
Thank you.
And I do think, it's very cool. Not cool. Cool's not the right word. It's interesting that Anthony Simonson, everyone's said he's one of the best in the game.
No doubt about it.
That there is, right? And now he wins at the most almost historic moments, right? It's always like a time and a play. Like,
Right.
He just won last week the Pete Weber
Right.
tournament, right? How cool is it that the first winner of the tournament named after Pete Weber is Anthony Simonson?
Is Simo, yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not saying that, there aren't other great players in the game right now, but I think he's gonna be around for a little while
You
at
think?
least. I mean, he's pretty young still. He's not 30 yet, is he?
No, Lord, no. He's, I think, 27 or 28.
Yeah, right.
He's very young. And, my very last title number 40, was Anthony Simonson as well.
Yeah.
So, you win some and you lose some. But when I see him and we look at each other's eyes, and it's just, it's so wonderful to have great friends that you competed against all that time.
And it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It'll be very cool because, like, you have stories about some of the greats that you bowled against,
like Earl,
right?
yeah.
And you're a great. And someday Anthony Simonson will be telling the stories about the days he bowled Norm, right? I just think that it's very poetic, I believe.
Well, thank you. Okay, she's going with
Come
more
on,
speed right here.
Penny.
And that is, well, that's not Penny, is it?
Oh, no, that's not Penny.
Right, but now that, like I said
That's our other
before, you
bowler.
pick your
That
speed up.
is Cassandra.
Cassandra, if you pick your speed up and you play the same line, you can't give the ball time to get into a roll, so it leaves the 10 pin there in her case. So is it wrong? No, not necessarily, because the scores are low. But is it correct? Not necessarily, because you're shooting a 10 pin. Sometimes you just have to evaluate, and her evaluation may be, hey, 9 spares good.
Absolutely. All right, here's the situation. Now we've got requests for different lanes to be seen.
Okay.
All right, bowlers. I'm sorry, fans watching at home. I understand you want to watch your bowler. Unfortunately, we chose the pairs we can show based on where the internet is in the building.
Yes.
The internet is here. Now, if you could see this bowling center, it is quite packed with people. So it would be very difficult to run wires and have cameras, and it's just not quite possible to do that.
You can't get anything through this concourse right now. So
Nope.
if you had a camera even and you were trying to get down there and do a little mobile thing, that would be difficult as well.
So unfortunately, you get to see these pairs, and that is what we got. And the divisions will come through these pairs throughout the day. So if your bowler keeps making it through rounds, they should make it down to this area.
Yeah, the good news is if your bowler makes these pairs, we're not going to shut them off.
No, we're here.
You'll get it for the whole game.
Yeah.
You were talking about those old timers. I was about, I don't know, 8 or 9 or 10 or 11, somewhere in there. And my father had just bought a bowling center, and I was watching bowling on television while they were working. And Earl Anthony left a solid 9 to shoot 299, and I guess it was either Nelson Burton Jr. say that shot cost him $10,000, which was the award for a 300 game. And that's when I decided to be a pro bowler right there. I said, $10,000? He could have made $10,000. I looked at my mom. I said, Mom, I'm going to be a pro bowler when I grow up, and I'm going to bowl that guy on TV. And fast forward, I was 18 years old. My very first televised match was against Earl Anthony, and my mom flew in to see it. So
Yeah.
When you're talking about experiences that as you say with people with me, oh certainly I had my own, and I'll
Absolutely.
never ever forget the genuine beauty of getting to hang out with Dick Weber. I worked with him, Marshall, Mark, Earl, Walter. The list keeps going, but man, that was some great times.
That's awesome. That's a cool story. Thanks for sharing, Norm.
You might want to say, who won? I won.
Norm did win.
I won that one, and I won the next 3, and I got my first title. Nice shot. Nice shot right there.
Did you know you were gonna win when you were 18? Did you, like, in your head? Did you
Yeah.
know, you knew?
In my mind, I did.
Yeah.
But then when I was 18 and a half, no. In fact, I went 8 years after that event before I won my second tournament. Most people don't realize that. 8 years of 8 winless years is forever. That is a whole career for most pro bowlers and most pro athletes.
Right.
8 years before title number 2. So when you say, did you know? Well, I believed.
Yeah.
I said, heck yeah, I'm about to go bull Earl, and here we go. And then 8 years later, you would have asked me, and I'd have said, man, I don't even know if I can get up there and shoot a 200 game. Because
Did
it
you
just
ever
works on me.
think you were gonna quit in those 8
Oh,
years?
absolutely. About every 30 minutes, I said, you need to go home, bro. You're just not good enough for this. And, truth be known, Blair, if I had something to fall back on, I probably would have.
Oh wow.
But I had,
But we're glad you didn't.
yeah, my college was the PBA tour.
I love it. Well, we're glad. I can't imagine a sport without Norm Duke.
Oh, thank you.
I can't. I just can't. And I'm sure the viewers at home feel the same.
That's why I often say I put them all in the Hall of Fame, because those 8 years they were troublesome.
I understand. I can't imagine. But there's some stories today that I think people don't like. That's a story that they can get behind and understand. Like, the tour is hard.
Oh, it's hard.
The tour is not. Everyone thinks, oh, it's easy. You just go and get your card, and you're a PBA tour member, and I'm gonna go win a title. Right?
Yeah, you wish it was that easy.
But now,
But
even
listen, if you don't believe that, Blair,
Yeah.
then stay home.
yeah, true.
So we're not saying to you, oh, you're an idiot for no, absolutely.
yeah.
If you don't believe that you belong, you don't belong.
Well, and it is, the tour today. There's the PTQs.
Right.
So it is tough out there for these players.
Yeah, good shot, Lance. Lance finally got his feet in there a little bit. Still going quite direct, but at least he's in the pocket now.
All right. So Norm, you told us earlier that Storm sent you some balls for the upcoming event.
Yes.
Okay. So Scotty wants to know: are they 16 pounds?
Of course they're 16 pounds.
He's
Listen,
not going down.
I would throw a Volkswagen bus down there if they'd let me. I mean, it just makes more sense. So put yourself in school, right? And you get in trouble, and you're about to get paddled by the principal. And the paddle, there's a bunch of paddles on the table, right? And the principal says to you, choose the paddle that I'm gonna paddle you with. You're not gonna choose the big paddle. You're gonna choose the smallest, daintiest paddle. So why would I choose the smallest, daintiest ball? I want the big ball. Come
you
on.
want the big one.
I want 16 pounds.
There were
Yep.
some bowlers picking up 16 pounds this week. They were.
Yeah, today we gave 2 or 3 of them away.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that was not what he needed. That is on, well, I guess it didn't matter. He was shooting 140. And nobody else is bowling very good either, so it may have mattered.
It may have mattered.
But he got 0 in the fill ball to finish at 139. But the other scores on the pair, keep in mind there's handicap, but that's 138, 139. We got 167, 125. And then this Penny, I tell you what, if she doubles right here or gets at least a strike. Oh, she carried the Brooklyn now.
Good job, Penny.
Hey, look, she was deserving that Brooklyn, right?
She was.
Okay, so she's now at 150 something and in second place scratch on her pair. I like her chances.
I think she's into the next round.
If she gets this one, she's locked.
Curtis would like to know, what shot are they bowling on? They are bowling on the true amateur tournament pattern, excuse me, which I will pull this up on our screen here.
Oh, she just threw the shot of her day right there, and that put her in. Nice going, Penny. It's 41 feet. It's 2-to-1 ratio, and there's 30 mils. But we're about to still pull the pattern up for you.
Yeah, we are. We're going to share it with you, but here's the caveat to that, which we told everyone earlier. It don't look like this anymore, right, Norm?
Oh, no. No, this is a squad 3.
Yeah.
Squad 3. And
Squad 3.
if you just count the practice balls, right? They practice for, 5 or 10 minutes, 3 squads, 5 on. I mean, you got 5-6 games of practice, not counting the actual. And they're not oiling again until the finals.
Yeah. So this is the pattern here. You can find this and all the information at trueamateurtournaments.com. And I would encourage y'all to go check it out. But yeah, this is what the pattern started like today, and this is what the grand finals they'll be bowling on. But I don't know. It's it don't look like this anymore. That's it. That's the true statement.
Now, in on lane 39 here, Chris Martin, I think he needed at least 1 strike to make it. He did not strike and kind of gave it the old, hand slap, indicating that may have cost him, or that he now needs to spare strike. Because of the handicap, we're a little unsure. We're just looking at body motion right now to figure. And people are still rooting on him in the back, so it may be that he can get a strike here and either put some heat on or maybe even lock himself in. I don't know.
Yeah, I do think Marcus needs this spare here.
Penny's looking back at me. She is so excited.
She's so happy. Marcus got the spare. That's great. So I don't know if he still has a shot. He's at 186 and can fill it to get to 196, which would put him
in second place scratch on the pair
right,
so far.
And I would believe he doesn't have much handicap at all.
And this is for the 190. He's going to get 9 in the field for 190.
Yep.
So we have 198, 190, 167. We're going to fill 190 something here. So this is going to all depend on handicap because everybody's bowling the same score.
Yeah. Penny is so happy.
Oh, yeah.
Penny's making me smile.
She's juiced over there. Look at her. So you want a true amateur experience. Penny's living it right now.
I love it. But come on, Penny. Let's go all the way. All right, so Lance here is stepping up. There's some Lance fans in there.
And he's going to have a double here just to get to the 190s, and that would still put him at 192 if he strikes out, and that puts him in 3rd place.
Oh, that's left again. Oh, okay, left 8.
All right, his max score is 172. Unless he's getting a bunch of handicap, he is not going to go through. And everybody gets a little bit of handicap, so I'm thinking that was his demise.
Yeah, but and again, we thank Lance for all he does to help those matchmaker events. It's pretty cool.
No question about it.
He's
Lance,
a nice guy.
You.
And you know what? Lance is a true amateur tournament story experience, right? So he came out here with his buddy Michael Slacky, and they have had quite the week. So they bowled, obviously. They got their squads in. They got both qualified for Sunday.
Okay, great.
They also went to a Golden Knights game.
Nice.
They went to Fremont Street. They just saw the town. So hey,
when you qualify early, you have some time on your hands to just go and see the town. This town, by the way, is hopping nowadays. They put that Allegiant Stadium in, Allegiant.
That one's Allegiant, right? Yes, yeah.
And man, now all of a sudden they have the Formula One, they have the TAT.
Yeah, exactly, right? All right, Norm, we are going to take another break. Now, all of the squads are coming back. Everyone's coming back. They made an announcement. Don't go get lost at Ping Pang Pong because you got a bowl. So we're
let's don't get lost.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna see who's gonna be on the pair next, and we'll be back.
Yeah, and by the way, we're going to bring Tyler Jensen to you later on today.
We
We
are.
promise. Even though he gave us that sideways look, like what? What?
Oh
gotta
no, he's
comment?
coming.
No, he's coming.
He's coming in here.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
You're gonna hear from the new president of Storm Products Inc., who is in the building. He is here to hand that check to the person. And
Yeah.
oh, you know what we haven't talked about today? The absolute power, which you mentioned earlier.
Yes, I did.
There is a bonus if somebody in the grand finals later today bowls and wins with the absolute power. They get another $1,500 on top of their $30,000. They're hopefully progressive because they ate that hot dog for lunch. And just here, we'll toss you $1,500
Hey,
just for doing
that's
it.
what we called incentives on the PBA tour, and they were important. Without incentives, we don't make any money.
Right.
For years and years and years, incentives was a big part. So, hey, how about a little $1,500 incentive bone? Should you use the absolute power?
I'd have an absolute power in my bag. All right, we'll be back.